Well, hello, my fabulous friends. I hope you're doing well. Well, are you a big fan of Taylor Sheridan? Because I sure am. Um, well, I love his shows. Like, we were huge Yellowstone fans, and then 1883, 1923, and apparently 1943 is in the works. And we watched Landman, and kind of a big fan. Anyways, lots of rumors about Taylor Sheridan, that he's not a very nice person and he has dubious business deals and whatnot. And he hangs around some strange people. You and I wouldn't hang out with them, let's put it that way. Now, I couldn't find any real attachment to Ron Burke and Soho House or anything like that. But just rumors, just really real rumors. And also there's lots of gossip that's why Kevin Costner quit, couldn't deal with him. Cole Hauser has sued Taylor Sheridan. They kind of they sued each other over coffee or something, and they've kind of worked that out. A couple of people have left the show because apparently Taylor's quite difficult to work with. Apparently he's quite mean, he's quite sharp. Almost sounds very narcissistic. So I pulled up some information on him. He was born May 21st, 1970, so he's 55 years old. And then I went to astro.com and I put in the date, May 21st, 1970, and it would make him a Gemini, which makes a lot of sense. He's a writer. He actually writes a lot of shows. And also then I gave him the magician here as the writer, as the communicator, as somebody who creates something out of nothing and brings it to us. So I've put these two cards here. Now that makes sense that he is, like, Gemini is the King of Swords. They can be very cold and cutting, even though they have a dual personality. The one of them could be very cold and cutting, and one of them could be absolutely hilarious. And I say this very sincerely. My dad's a Gemini, and I actually get along well with Gemini people, and so I know Gemini. I saw him. I saw his two personalities on more occasions than I cared to. Let's see. Is Tyler Sheridan? He's cut tie. Paramount said he's allowed to do what, they gave him free reign and whatnot, and he's cut ties. Well, I think the contract runs out in a couple of years. One contract was for movies, one contract was for television, and then he'll be moving to NBC Universal. And the amounts were not disclosed, how much NBC Universal paid to have Taylor Sheridan on their team. Let's find out. We dig around. What are we allowed to know about Taylor Sheridan? What are we allowed to know? I didn't look too closely here. Is he? Oh, he is married. Oh, to Nicole Mubrook since 2013. But he's an actor. Like, people might not realize that he's actually in Yellowstone, especially when they go to that ranch, 6666. And somebody asked, is that 666? That ranch was named back in 1856 or something like that. Like, the ranch is actually quite old. And there's 3 ranches under that umbrella, and he paid $427 million or something close like that for all 3 ranches. And the 666 just comes from, apparently the branding looks like some kind of clover with lines out of it, and that's the name of it. I can't imagine they would name something 666 back in the 1800s with how religious everything was back then. So the ranch is called 6666. It's 4 6s, which is interesting because that makes 6 times 4 is 24, and 2 and 4 is 6. So the 6 is interesting. I've been really reading a lot about numerology lately, and 6 is working and working hard and being successful at what you do. And it's a working ranch. So I thought it wasn't an oil baron's ranch, it's a working ranch. And anyways, I'm digressing. I'm trying to put the energy of Taylor into these cards. He's very hard to read. He is very guarded. I might have to reach into his communication, into his creative style here. Let's find out what's going on with Taylor Sheridan. Oh, he can be very angry. He can be very hot-headed. He can be very emotional, very hot-headed. Here he is closed off. No wonder I can't read on him. It's very difficult for him to make decisions, which is shocking to me. Or he doesn't listen to other people's suggestions. Ooh, the Tower in reverse. Yeah, I think he's a bit of a hothead. I think he creates his own problems. Interesting, because each sword is pointing to each card, and this would be his emotional instability creates some problems, like man-made problems. I'm not saying he's emotional. I'm not saying he's not stable. I'm just reading tarot cards. This is just for fun and entertainment, just the way he writes stories and entertains. I just happen to use tarot cards. I think that he is blind to his outbursts. I think he is blind to his instability. I think he refuses to listen to other people, and so that's why a lot of people just decide to leave rather than actually have a sit down with him and communicate their grievances. He won't hear it. Absolutely won't hear it. And he's blind to his shadow side. I'm going to say he does have a lot of sleepless nights, but then he gets over it. Yeah, you know what? He is very difficult to work with. He is. He almost is. I'm almost getting like a bull in a china shop. He doesn't realize what he does to people. And I think, I'm not saying he's a narcissist, but being cold like that with cold words, you don't realize how you hurt other people. You don't realize something off the cuff can really hurt other people. Oh, yeah, he's totally oblivious. He doesn't listen to other people at all. One day that's going to be his big downfall, guys. One day that's going to be his big downfall. I'm not getting that there's anything like really criminal or anything going on here. It's not like I think he's gotten to where he is because he is so unemotional. Like, I know I said he's emotional outbursts here, but it's not stable emotion. It's not, I'm going to say he's unemotional in a way that he has emotions that are cold. Does that make any sense? There's nothing warm and fuzzy about this man at all, at all. But is he involved in any kind of foolish activity? I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he's foolish that he's blind to how he treats other people and what the struggle that people have dealing with him. I think he's very cold, and I think that's his emotions, is cold and anger and oh geez, 4 of Swords in reverse. You know, I think this guy's going to burn himself out. I really do. I'm going to say I think he's peaked, and I think he's on his way down. I think, and he'll be his own downfall. He is a bully. He is. Um, his wife might leave him and take a lot with her. I shouldn't laugh at that, but he's definitely not like I hate saying this about people, but it's probably somebody you don't want to be around. I wonder if a lot of people cling to him because, or like want to work with him because of his reputation. Everything he touches kind of turns to gold, and then they realize what they've gotten into. They've made a deal with the devil. But with the moon card here and the high priestess, yeah, this, oh, and the embattled, yeah, people are embattled working with him. Some people might be embarrassed after they're working with him. There's lots of secrets about this guy. Lots. I don't see anything, though, criminal. Not at all. If anything, this guy is probably has some, according to these cards, because this is the lunatic card, and this is deep secrets. So perhaps he's carrying some deep secrets in him, and it come rather than dealing with that shadow side of him, it comes out in the mental abuse of other people, and he won't hear it. He won't hear it. He thinks he's perfect. Everything is going along fabulously. Um, he's making a lot of people wealthy. He's giving a lot of people opportunities. Um, so he thinks, what are you complaining about? Let me look at his Wikipedia. Did he grow up as a poor black child? I always say it from the jerk. Let's see. Early life. He was raised in Fort Worth, Texas, the son of a cardiologist. So he was not raised as a poor black child. His cowboy identity comes from his mother, who was originally from Waco and loved visiting her grandparents' ranch in that area. There you go. There you go. So this could actually be his mother showing up here. Perhaps his mother is the one who created this persona and these riches for him. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's do one more. The Empress, there's the mom. He holds his mom in high regard. The Six of Swords, the Hanged Man. That's also filmmaking. That's Neptune. And the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, the Devil in reverse. This man has some very deep-seated, something here is kind of not right. And it's just the way he treats people. Is he involved in anything other than being an aggressive entrepreneur, aggressive writer, knowing what he wants, real estate purchases and that? No, there's nothing criminal here at all. At all. So if he hangs around the wrong people, it might be by accident. It might, I don't know. I don't think it's birds of a feather. Some of the people that he's with, that he's done investments with and whatnot, I think he's an opportunist, and I think he looks at everything at black and white. And I know he's done a lot with Harvey Weinstein. Did he know? I don't know. I think this guy, he just sees things in black and white. Is this an opportunity to make money? Is this an opportunity to advance myself? And I think that's his guiding light. That's the carrot in front of his nose. And who it's with that's their problem, not mine. I think he's peaked. I think we're going to see well, plus like he's 55. I mean, how much more does he want? I mean, sure, he's got another couple of good decades in him. I mean, as we see in Hollywood, some of the best stuff comes out. Steven Spielberg, some of his later stuff. I think the way he treats people, though, is going to be his downfall. Do you notice we don't have a lot of money on here? So I don't see a big loss of money. I also don't see a big, it's not like, oh, wow, he's going to be a billionaire. I don't see that. He might be, I don't know. I don't see him like having big losses. I just see him coming to a conclusion. and kind of moving on. But yeah, there's his mom. Interesting. I read that about his mom, and then the Empress shows up. Here's the last 9 years. All right. Well, there you go. So the rumors that we hear that people are quitting, or he fires, or that he's not very nice to work with, that he's, demanding, or he's unstable, or whatever they say, these cards are kind of backing them up on that. That's my opinion. Um, Thank you very much for watching. Please take good care. See you online. Bye for now.